What's good? What's good, y'all? What's good? Appreciate y'all for tapping in on today's live stream. So let me know if my audio sounds all right to y'all. It's having a little issue today. So I want to make sure that my audio is good. So today we got some good stuff to talk about. It's really going to be a deep dive into Algorand. Algorand, a top 5 crypto this bull cycle, and we're going to look at the network adoption. There's been a lot of big stuff happening. And again, we know FIFA made an exit on Algorand, but I think that's all right. There's a lot of big things still building. So I'm going to check my audio and everything. Let me play y'all some music as you join the chat.
All the scenery, trees and greenery, cryptocurrency, stake my currency. First to the research, deep dive, feet first on the beat, berserk on the block, we work. Grown man, big world, tiny man. Big bags, 100 grand rubber band. Life of blockchain, never be the same. Verify the ownership, change the game. Transparency when I'm talking fame. Tokenizing our mind and our brain. When I step a pool, I get an LP. Impermanent loss won't affect me. Passive income, passive income, passive income. Gold in my dental, thank God for my mental. Investor fundamentals, told my girl it was simple. We getting all this money to purchase rentals and get passive income. A neighborhood hero who started from zero, researching the crypto and teaching his people. Collecting some euro in Europe for crypto. Spending that dinero on chain with Circo. On chain money market, on folks where I park it. USDC for profit, crypto still popping. All the scenery, trees and greenery, cryptocurrency, stake my currency. First to the research, deep dive, feet first on the beat, berserk on the block, we work. Grown man, big world, tiny man. Big bags, 100 grand rubber band. Life of blockchain, never be the same. Verify. Yo, I'm back. I am back. So how's the audio? Give me a chat, a thumbs up in the chat or something if the audio sounding good. I think it's sounding good. So again, y'all, we're going to be talking about Algorand, the top 5 crypto this bull cycle. This is a look at network adoption. And there's a lot of people who's going to watch this stream later and they don't truly know what Algorand is. So we want to start off with a breakdown of what Algorand is as a company and foundation. Then we'll dive into some use cases, real world impacts, dive in deeper as we go along this stream. Hello, bro. What's good? What's good, OS? What's good, OS? I appreciate you for tapping in. So again, we're going to talk about what Algorand is. Then we'll dive into what's going on in India, the one I want to really focus on today. The blockchain as a solution, real world impact, and what to expect next. So if you got any questions, always hit me in the chat. We about to get started, y'all. So what is Algorand? Algorand is a blockchain. So this is the website for Algorand Technologies, builders of the most powerful and sustainable blockchain. Welcome to Algorand Technologies, a high-performing layer 1 blockchain. We have our Bitcoins. Then we have our Ethereums. Ethereum introduced smart contracts. Now we have new L1s like Algorand in particular, which has done the scalability, the high performance, the low fees, everything that we need there to actually build something great. OS says, you are an Algorand OG. Respect. I got into Algorand back in December 2024 because of you. All the love and respect to you, buddy, from Abu Dhabi. What's good? What is good, OS? Abu Dhabi, beautiful place. I was out in Dubai. I loved it out there. Shout out to the UAE. Shout out to OS. All right, let's dive in. And the mission here is 3 core beliefs fuel our mission to deliver the best blockchain technology possible. Number 1, technological innovation can and should be used for the betterment of society. So they have a good moral system there. Number 2, blockchain offers enormous potential to improve how organizations and societies operate. Okay. And then number 3, this potential cannot be achieved by aspiration alone, but can only be realized through breakthrough technology. That's a great 3-step mission right there. I respect it. And then the founder, Silvio Macaulay. If you are Algorand OG, you know Silvio Macaulay is doing his thing as per usual. So Silvio's like the world's foremost authorities on mathematics, computer science, and cryptography. He is the founder of Algorand Technologies, the builder of the Algorand blockchain, which today is widely recognized as one of the best performing L1s. And then, the truth is that Silvio gets some credit for, the foundings of Bitcoin, the foundings of Ethereum, because the stuff that he invented or helped to discover and in the space. Silvio has helped pioneer many of the breakthrough technologies that help power blockchain today. He is the co-inventor of the probabilistic encryption zero knowledge proof, verifiable random functions, and many other innovations that are foundations of modern cryptography. He holds a total of 47 patents in the field of random number generation, identification schemes, digital signatures, cryptography, digital certificates, and electronic transactions. And what's cool about the Silvio is that he is also mentioned in the Bitcoin white paper, or his work is. So that's pretty dope. What's good, DHN Crypto? Caught the live. What's good, brother? Appreciate you for tapping it in. I was like, hey, let me do an impromptu live and really dive in on Algorand for those who don't know, and we're going to see what's been happening. And I see you dropped some Algorand content recently. Big shout out to DHN Crypto. Make sure y'all go check him out. And what's good, DHN? He got some fans up in here. What's good, OS says. All right, so then the next thing, obviously, is the technology. We're not going to dive super deep into the trilemma, but this is something that is very important in crypto. And if you know anything about Ethereum, there's issues there with some of these things. So solving the blockchain trilemma, scalability, that is the transactions that a chain can handle so that high performing businesses can perform without any hiccups. We want to make sure every transaction goes through. And then you have security. You need security. Algorand is a quantum proof and secure blockchain. That means when these quantum computers drop real soon, Google's been talking about the Willow. They got stuff in China. You don't want to get hacked. Okay, so Algorand's already ready for that. And then the third part is decentralization. I'm running a node right now on Valar. So I got a node service provider. Algorand is now the number 2 most decentralized blockchain next to Ethereum, which means that anyone can participate in this consensus and earn a reward, which keeps the security and the data of the network intact. All right. So that's that there. And then let's tap in with Algorand Foundation. Algorand Foundation is the arm of Algorand Technologies that deals with grants, building out the ecosystem, pushing the technology, and making sure that Algorand is known and heard of, right? So what we got here, and then they always have the stats: daily active addresses over 100,000, circulating algos 8.5 billion, almost 8.6 billion out of 10 billion, very close to being fully distributed. Block time of 2.83 seconds. 0 forks, which
if y'all know anything about Ethereum, they got Ethereum Classic and they got Ethereum. They had the Bitcoin SV, they got the Bitcoin, right? Algorand just got the Algorand. Some will say Void is a fork, but it's not. It's actually just a copy of the technology. So neither here nor there. Then network downtime 0. Solana has a lot of downtime, and you don't want to be caught up on that. What's good, G Snell? Good to see everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Most definitely. I love to see you up, Snell. Love to see you here. Okay. So then when we talking about Algorand Foundation, they just dropped their transparency report yesterday. So people got a lot to say, but one thing you can say is that they're being transparent. They're showing you what they're doing with the money for the most part, how they selling the algos, salaries they got to pay, all their metrics on decentralization, their metrics on social media interactions and posts. So shout out to them for being transparent. And then right here, Algorand is an energy efficient, quantum secure single layer with instant finality, consistently high throughput and low fees. So 0.001 fees, quick way to spend money, make transactions happen. And we're going to dive into some of these projects here that you see. But let's dive into the main topic of what I really want to look at is India. Algorand has been partnering with some big organizations in India. India being the most populated country in the world, over 1 billion people. They have more people, it seems like, every day. And a lot of people are targeting to work with them because they're becoming a powerhouse in various different industries right now. So Algorand was like, let's make a power move there. So this is one of the organizations, CWA. CWA is a changing world. They got a few things they're talking about. Let me go back. Come on, CWA. A changing world for working women. So they are focused on women, supporting, strengthening, sustaining. A lot of women out in India. I imagine they got 500 million women, I imagine, out there in India. So about CWA. CWA was formed in 1992, so it's been out for a while. The Federation is a secondary level cooperative, and we work as a women's enterprise support system to strengthen the primary cooperatives and other 112 women's collective enterprises that are our members. Our work has 3 pillars through which support the WCE via a team of experienced professionals, tailor-made services for the women. So here's the 3 pillars. You got to have your pillars: capacity building, governance and leadership, sector-specific technical training, financial management, skill-based training, and exposure visit digital literacy. And just thinking about that, focusing on your women obviously is smart. Women produce the babies, the families, and CWA is doing that. Business development, that's helping them with their business planning, marketing, financial services, working in capital, and then policy action, research and demonstration, advocacy, and communication. And then they have impacted over 300,000 women workers. Smart move for Algorand to be working with them. And then the next one up is that Algorand is also working with this foundation right here, Mandeshi Foundation. Again, another foundation that's empowering women entrepreneurs and their communities. 3 pillars here: financial control, access and control over finance allows women greater freedom over their business and lives. Then you got skill building, strengthening businesses, skills and access to markets, and then community networks. So this is where Algorand's plugging in there. Gotta love it. Look, gotta love our queens no matter what land they come from. 100%. I agree with that. OS says, you bet. Yeah, because your women are the foundation to the center of the family. So you got to make sure that they're good, right? All right. So shout out to all these beautiful women out there. And then the third organization that Algorand's really been tapping with for a while, and this is more on the technical side, is Algo Bharat. Algo Bharat is a technology company, and they're working with Algorand like big time. And Bharat is just India in their language, I believe Hindi. Build something truly impactful with Algorand, the world's most decentralized, scalable, secure, and sustainable blockchain infrastructure. And then this is them right here with a whole bunch of different events that they've been doing. This is one at New Delhi. They're getting it popping with the T Hub, different speakers. But overall, what they're doing is creating partnerships. And you got this guy right here. He's tapped in, and this one in the middle. They're tapped in into the Indian community country with all the women, with all the big stakeholders. They got ambassadors, and they're making deals, and they're teaching people blockchain, hosting hackathons, and that right there is getting the eyes and attention of the government, right? So now let's talk about the impact. Here is the impact, and we can expect a lot more over time. Um, so right here, you got this post by the Algorand Foundation a few days ago. Indian project Man-org is now live on Algorand. I just showed you their website. Mandeshi has already supported 390,000 plus women through micro loans and trainings, right? So that's small loans, and then teaching people how to use the money right. They are now bringing access to finance to thousands of women, micro entrepreneurs, through a blockchain based digital credit scorecard. So using blockchain for digital credit scorecards. So again, they live on mainnet. That one's popping. And then the next big power move that they're doing here is this post. A second Indian project has gone live on the Algorand mainnet. Siwa Fed. Siwa is another site I just showed y'all, is using blockchain-based identity and document verification to grow access to, from 40,000 women today to millions more. Remember, you got 500 million of them over there, helping low-income working women and their families access vital services. Algo Barat brings another impactful project on chain. So let's check this one out too. All right, so real talk, y'all. So how does this affect us as Algorand holders? Well, for one, the attention. You got the most populated country in the world. They're tapping into blockchain technology, and obviously, you're going to see more and more people tapping in. So, what we want is obviously the price to go up as an Algorand holder. So, potentially, you have governments and organizations wanting to tap in and get some of those algos. The users, the companies, the startups all need algos for transaction fees. That's something I see happening over time. And then obviously the network adoption compounds over time. And then if you were, purchasing, we got a comment right here that's like, no, I'm just waiting to break even at this point. Algo is garbage. Some people want to break even. Some people are going to be leaving. And we understand that. Do what you need to do best for your pockets. What you really mean is I like number go up over technology. Yeah. And that's what they're talking about. So people want the number to go up. And I always tell people to, spread out their investments, get you some stocks, get you some crypto, get you some gold, right? Get you some Bitcoin. But obviously, yeah, depending on where your price bought in, you want algo to go up so that you can take some profit or get out. And then some people also want that, plus they want to see a technological change and more access. I think it's really cool, as DHN Crypto says, gotta love our queens. I believe all women on the planet need to get a lot more access to things that make them successful, because they're doing the bulk of raising the children. The children is the next generation. You got to get the families popping, so I'm with it for a twofold effect. But obviously I think Algorand's smart for working with emerging markets, working with India, and obviously they work with Circle for the USDC, the United States. Crypto's getting better here, so that's what's popping for the network adoption in India. Let me know if you got any questions, comments about that. But I believe that's fire. So I want to give a big shout out to everybody working on those. And then we got a few more things to just hop into as well. Right here, these ones will be quicker, just to show y'all more network adoption that's happening. This article is from November 2024, how LabTrace verifies and authenticates important medical data using Algorand in a world where AI forgery is rife. This is a deep article here. We're going to talk about some of the highlights. Used in the Unity project, a Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Some people don't like them. Melinda dope. Initiative using portable low magnetic field MRI scanners to assess brain health and development in babies and young children in low resource settings. The academic notebook, an open source and on-chain notebook for university staff and students to verifiably store their research data, notes, code, making them open and available to professors. So this is another use of data infrastructure, which I think is, pretty solid. Another solid use case, which is smart. Now let's see what Cole got to say real quick. I've been holding Algo for 5+ years, not really seeing anything but hype, to be honest. Okay, Cole. That's because you don't know the definition of money. Okay. So that's LabTrace, a data infrastructure move there. Another usage, adding on to all the stuff that's happening with Algo Barat. And then we got how whole chain transformed the way we understand and manage supply chains. This one again, I remember seeing them at the Algorand conference a few years back. So, and again, we'll go to the highlights. Leading sustainably focused companies leverage whole chain traceability to collect verifiable data and support their environmental, social, and governance claims, ESG. Whole chain has partnered with the Yucatan government to enable routes to the U.S. and domestic markets for Yucatanian fishers, leveraging whole chain traceability. So I remember whole chain, they're really talking about tracing and tracking food and supplies, right? That's a big thing. I know that Fame is also working on. It's about knowing where your food come from, where it's going, how long it's been on the, out there, and then the blockchain they're using to help with that. And in the US, obviously, we have different issues with food. In Europe, the rest of the world, they have different standards of like no red to, like, I went to Spain and I had a Fanta. It was a different color from the Fanta that's in the US. And then if you go online and look up the ingredients for like Doritos versus the ingredients for Doritos in the US, they got two different things up in there. If you go check out the standard of meat versus the standard of meat in like, say, like Europe or China, they don't do all those steroids. Whole chain is tracking supply chains for different things like that. Algo is gold. Facts. Obviously we all want the price to go up, but in terms of technology wise, Algo's doing what it's supposed to do. And, I always tell people like Cole, it's also not the only investment in the world, so use your money wisely, right? And then we got this right here, the rise of Folks Finance setting a new standard in DeFi. Folks Finance has been delivering. They're the main DeFi platform, decentralized finance platform on Algorand, obviously. They got the staking, they got the yields, they got the borrowing and the lending. So that's what Folks Finance is popping off with right there. It's all love as always. Just don't trap yourself in the box, hypothetically. Great advice, Snell. Snell with groceries. Hope them egg prices going down for you, Snell. And then DHN says, RFK said we had like 108 ingredients in our food while the EU only has 15 or 16. Facts. Like, I really encourage y'all to go compare the ingredients in food. It's not cool, y'all. And you wondering why people are getting sick. You know, I try to eat organic as much as possible, go to farmers markets, things like that. But not everybody has that ability. And that type of food should just be in a grocery store anyway. We want to get rid of all them pesticides, you know, that dumb stuff. And then Cole says, I really want to believe you, positive outlook, but it just seems mostly hype. Hey, Cole, I don't know what your average price is, but you should be getting there real soon. We're in a nice run up. So I know a lot of people are going to be looking to take profits 30 cents, 40 cents, and 50 cents. But I'm still on the positive outlook stuff too. But again, it's a whole different financial literacy podcast that we could do later. And let me know, and I'll definitely tap in one. I like wealth access conversations. What plus 2 billion transactions over 5 years, no downtime? You call it hype? The entire crypto industry could be hype for all I care, but not Algorand. OS, I agree with you. It ain't hype. As Snell said, price go up is the only question for some people. But nah, Algorand delivers for what it said it was going to do. Snell says, I've had candy from Denmark and EU before, and it's completely different. Yeah, 100%. Same. The cookies, the juice, you know, so it's not the same. So US, hopefully RFK can really, you know, make America healthy. It could be a real thing. I'm with it. 1G bag will always be 1G bag. You got to explain that one, Snell. And he says, Cole says, I do hope you are correct. We good here. We good here. Yeah, but we all friends here. We all friends here. So no tripping. All right. And then I want to talk about this last couple things here. This one just popped off. This is the one of the new things that should be huge. As FIFA exit, another big organization comes in. It's a little bit more honest. The Algorand Foundation is proud to unveil a proposal for a universal chess passport. The universal chess passport is developed in partnership with World Chess, utilizing decentralized ID and verifiable credential standards. This pilot is currently in development and will be a game changer for the 600 million plus people who play chess globally. One login for all chess platforms and all chess tournaments, a unified, secured identity to verify your records, rankings, loyalty programs, memberships, reputation, fair play, and more, powered by Algorand. So
is like a universal thing. Hi there, I'm a chess player. I may not be quite on the level of Magnus Carlsen, but I love online chess and play several times a week. Sometimes I even enter in-person tournaments. They're fun, and it's great to be challenged by new players. There are things I like about a bunch of chess platforms, one for its puzzles, others for their educational content or tournaments. For each of these platforms and clubs, I have a different user account, which can be hard to keep track of. And my progress on one doesn't get me any reciprocal benefits across the others, even when I've worked so hard to earn a certain status. That is, until now. This new solution is like a universal chess passport. It makes it so easy to connect across various chess platforms and see all of my ratings, rewards, and achievements in one place. I now have one chess identity, recognized by everyone. Here's how it works. First, I downloaded an app and set up my credentials. This app issued me a unique identifier that is the foundation of my universal chess passport. All of my memberships, records, and points across clubs can now be linked directly to that ID, and all I need going forward is this simple app. So after getting the app, I connected it to the FIDE online arena. After going...
all right. So obviously that's the info of the chess passport. They're making moves. And I think that's pretty dope. I will be following what's happening there. But 600 million plus people tapping in to use that type of technology. Again, another win for Algorand. And then This one here, who TravelX, if you ain't heard about it, has been one of the main like producer of blocks, or the most transactions in blocks on the Algorand blockchain. It's kind of crazy. So to date, over 540,000 plane tickets have been repurchased and resold on Algorand through TravelX. Their NF ticket solution enables plane tickets to be bought, sold, and resold on secondary markets only on Algorand. Click the live counter of seats purchased and resold. That's crazy. Seats purchased and resold. Yeah, that's crazy. And then again, here's the TravelX website. Snell says, huge. I agree. This one crazy. So ever since I heard about this, I was like, man, can we invest in TravelX? Right? And this is a dope plane too. But redefine your travel through smart inventory, high demand, mid demand, low demand. That's, man, this is dope. They upgraded their website. Yeah, so I encourage y'all to go check this one out. We'll do more deep dives on it. But essentially, it creates more revenue, more opportunities for airlines, for customers, for people who want to sell their ticket, travel, everything that you want to do that we be wanting to do here in the US. They got it basically in South America. That's what's happening, y'all. And then the final one, this is definitely for us here in the US, is Lofty AI, the NASDAQ for real estate, real use case of the blockchain. And Jerry Chu is the founder of the blockchain, and he found Algorand via just looking for great blockchain technology to run his business on. And that's why he's still around. Buy and sell real estate as effortlessly as trading a share of Tesla. Diversify 150 across 150 properties and 40 markets, starting at just $50, and sell with instant liquidity anytime. So this is a new model of shared investing, real estate investing. Is basically, turning real estate into like Robinhood, you know what I mean? So you can get into a property, 14% rental yields. They got projected annual returns, all kind of properties all around the country. It's kind of dope. It's really dope. I own some properties on here before, but if you check one out, got the price for one token, and usually it'd be like 2,000 tokens, 3,000 tokens or something like that. But you can get the projected returns. And you know what I also found, for those who want to study real estate, this is a great platform to actually learn about the details of a property, why people invest in the rent, occupancy. You learn about the neighborhoods, and then they have the financials, what the underlying value is, what were the closing fees, what the yields will be, the revenue that this makes from renters, cap rates, all of that type of stuff. The appreciation is in there. And then obviously they added new features like the order book, people that are buying, people that are selling, then the rest of the documents about that, and then the overall market. Why would you want to invest in this property in Lubbock, Texas, right? So things of that nature. So I definitely encourage y'all to check it out if you want to get an understanding of real estate. That's for sure. OS says, just to let y'all know, I'm starting to close out. OS says those waiting for price action from Algorand can always make passive income in the real estate market using Algorand hold locking in these low prices. Facts. And you can be staking on multiple platforms. We'll talk about that in another live stream. But there we go. Yes. And then facts. Facts like a fax machine, y'all. Facts like a fax machine. So again, y'all, that is the deep dive, right? Algorand, a top 5 crypto this bull cycle. That's the question I have for you and for everyone else that watches this later. And this was a look at network adoption. We went into what is Algorand, what is the Algorand Foundation, what's going on in India, what's the solutions that they're bringing, what's the impact, what else could we see, what's happening, all the what, where, why, who. right here in this live stream. So again, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. And if you got any questions, any comments, please hit me right now. I'm about to be leaving and very shortly. How do I do that? I'm not very tech savvy. I just showed you the Lofty AI website. Definitely go read up on their website. Don't even need to be tech savvy. Everything is there. And I would also go check out Tiny Man, Folks Finance. You can earn some nice yields just on a stable coin, which is the lowest barrier of entry. All right. And then stay safe. See y'all soon. Most definitely. Again, appreciate y'all for tapping in. See Will with the Passive Income Network. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Until the next time, y'all. Peace.
Passive income. Gold in my dental. Thank God for my mental. Investor fundamentals. Told my girl it was simple.